clear down to the rocky bed. She couldn't see it from the path, even if the sun were up, but its voice carried up the stony crags as she picked her way down the steepest stretch of the path. Her nostrils constricted. She slapped a hand to her mouth and nose to block a putrid scent carried on the sharp air. She swung her light, and the beam caught a furry mound of carnage. She hurried past, gagging. The path ended behind the half-moon, but she continued on to the next door, unlocked the bakery, and let herself into Sarge's kitchen. Soon, warm, yeasty aromas tinged with almond, vanilla, and cinnamon banished the dead animal stench in her nostrils. She had memorized the recipes the first week. Easy enough, as Sarge had served the same 8 things since opening the bakery 30 years ago. After 20 years in army kitchens, he saw no need for variety in the mess. She hadn't baked before, but she'd taken to it, and with a little freedom, the slightest leeway, she might shine. But 3 weeks into the job, she had yet to sneak a variation by Sarge, or convince him to feature anything not indelibly written on the dusty menu board. She lifted and folded the dough over the plump, rum-soaked raisins, tucking them in like well-fed babies under a fluffy blanket, then put them to bed in the nice warm oven. Down for their nap, just like yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. Sweet little raisin rolls, just the way Sarge liked them. She closed the oven, moved to the other end of the counter, and checked the measuring cup in which she had sprinkled yeast over warm water and whisked in sour cream and sugar. Cutting together flour, butter, and salt, she glanced quickly toward the door. No Sarge yet. She combined the ingredients to make a coarse dough that, when properly rolled and folded, should bake into lovely light croissants, not something Sarge could envision. The back door banged. He came in, hung his red plaid coat on the hook, and turned his head like a vulture's on the end of his question-mark spine. She did hurt for him. The photo in the front of the store showed a strong military physique. It couldn't be easy to curl up like a lemon rind in the sun. "Good morning, Sarge." "Huh." His sunken eyes peered down his long, bulbous nose. Lucky he had rank, or his moniker might have been Beak, or Gonzo. Sarge fit, although he didn't look capable of any spit-flecked rants today. Lately, his pain had been bad enough to reduce the rages to sarcastic skirmishes of parlayed insults she could swear he enjoyed. She'd even imagined a glimmer of relief, once or twice, that she was there. "Are those the currant scones?" "Already baking. The rolls, too." He nodded toward her, hands bent at his chest like a bald eaglet just out of the egg. He scowled. "What is it this time?" She checked her surprise. "Gruyere and sun-dried tomato croissants." "Not in my store." He pushed through the swinging door to the front. She stared after him. Progress. He'd asked what she was making, not accused her of stealing the ingredients. Breathing the honey scent of beeswax, Tia lowered the candles into the clear amber liquid, curbing her natural impatience. Any pause or jerk would leave a flaw each ensuing dip would reinforce. She worked hard to keep her hand steady. Dipping tapers had trained her in self-control better than any scolding instructor. She raised the wooden bar looped with 6 double wicks. As soon as the air touched the wax, it paled to ochre. She fitted the bar onto the side braces to cool the tapers before lowering them again, each plunge having the potential to reclaim with greedy heat what solidity the cool air had bestowed. The life metaphor struck her again. The destructive power of pain, the strength of endurance. She would give them all they needed to stand strong, even though their fate was to burn away, the glow and aroma of their passing a benediction. A knock brought her out of her thoughts, and she wended through the dim shop where, little by little, she had replaced the former knickknacks with candles, scented oils, and hand-thrown melting pots. She looked around, satisfied that nothing she saw was made in China.